most intense, thrilling, electrifying sport on the planet. Mixed martial arts. You've been looking for the definitive podcast to call your new home to hear everything about it. The search is over. This is the MMAnomaly Show. No filter. Bringing you the hottest MMA breakdowns straight from the heart of the octagon. This show is all about MMA breakdowns. For fans, by fans. We're talking UFC, MMA, and the occasional big boxing match. We'll bring our unique take on how these fights are going to play out and who we think are the best bets. Welcome to the MMAnomaly Show. No filter. And now your hosts, Olin, a.k.a. MMAnomaly, and Alex Pip, a.k.a. Pip's Piano Tips.
What is up, fight fans? Welcome back to another episode of the MMAnomaly Show, No Filter. I'm your host, Olin, a.k.a. MMAnomaly, and with me, as usual, is Alex Pip's Piano Tips. He's having as much technical difficulties as I did there for a second with the name. It's been a day, and it's also very hot in my apartment. It's like 94 degrees. I just turned on the AC like a moron like 30 minutes before the show started, so it is still like 94 degrees in this room. But it'll cool off maybe at the halfway point. Until then, I'll probably have a slightly red face, but it's okay if my face is red, Pip, because I got green on. No pinches for me. All right. And I see that you're wearing green as well. Only know that because he told me before the show, my fucking bitch ass colorblind eyes. I thought that said banging major keys. He does bang major keys, but he brings major keys as well. Depending on how much you pay the guy, he'll do whatever you want to those keys, Grimy. That's what they say. Pip, how you doing, man?
Oh, I'm doing good. 94 sounds a lot better than 20 here, and I got to make sure you can hear me, right? Because before this show started, I just kicked the fuck out of my microphone. I unplugged everything. So I'm hoping we're good. We're back. I'm hoping the quality sounds a little better. I'm hoping the camera looks a little better. Upgraded the studio, but I'm excited to talk about some fights, man. It was a decent card we had last night, or Saturday night.
You look better. You sound better. Everything is coming in loud and clear, and I'm excited about it, man. What else I'm excited about is just how good this fight card was. I feel like this delivered more than most of the numbered cards that we've seen, like top to bottom. There was some exciting bangers in this. Even the ones that went to decision were a lot of fun. So with that, let's go ahead and jump on into the main event here. We had Josh Emmett coming in against Kevin Vallejos. And, it pretty much went how we said it was going to go, right? We said Vallejos was going to go out here and kind of pick him apart. I will tell you, because the question I often ask you and Nano, depending on who's on the show, is what surprised you about this performance? There were actually things that surprised me about this performance, man. I was surprised at how slow Josh Emmett was in the octagon on Saturday night. I was surprised at how cautious he was. After the first jab landed, it looked like he just, the bicycle reversed, he didn't know how to go forward anymore. He was backing up a lot. And I was surprised mostly by how much Kevin Vallejos was able to pressure Josh Emmett and do so little, if that makes sense. Like, the art of the feint is not dead, folks. We saw it on Saturday. A lot of feints. If you look at the stats, you see 43 for 68. I disagree with those stats. I think some Google dude came up with that shit for sure. Maybe AI. But I would count like the 24, 25 that he missed. Feints. He was setting things up. He wasn't fully extending that jab. He'd go here and then throw that, right? That's not one miss, one land. That is one setup and one land, right? The stats pretty much tell you the story of the fight if you didn't get to see it. 43-3 on total strikes, 36-3 on significant strikes. The fact that 3 of 3 of Josh Emmett's total strikes were considered significant strikes tells you everything you need to know about the game plan or lack thereof that Josh Emmett entered the octagon with. I said it before, I'll say it again. The biggest difference between these fighters, they're both very dangerous, is the fact that Josh Emmett loads up, and he does so from a mile away. You can't do that against a young, hungry, fast, technical kid like Kevin Vallejos. He's so young. He's so fucking young, bro. I thought it was a very impressive performance. He ultimately gets it done via round 1 TKO, 3 minutes and 33 seconds in, 333. I hope that boy bought a lotto ticket on the fucking way home from that shit. And I mean, it was nasty, bro. Like punches, knees, elbows. I mean, he connected on so many things in that last barrage. It was like just a litany of MMA skills put on display. He's like, watch what I can do in 5 seconds, guys. You'll be amazed. I can land a strike from this limb, from this limb, from that limb, from this limb. And look, I can do it in different directions. Nasty stuff. What do I want to see next for the guy? It's tough. I have a couple names on the tip of my tongue. I know one of them is matched up, but I got to say it out loud. I think we have to see the rematch between him and Jean Silva. Like, didn't he lose to Jean Silva on the Contender Series, or am I blanking on that? Yeah. That was his last loss, right. Contender Series.
Yep.
And then he strung together 2 back-to-back wins, one via RNC, one via overhand right in Samurai Fight House, and then got another shot at the Contender Series over Cam Teague. So, I mean, I'd be super excited about that. But this one is the other name I had, as Uncle Chael would call him, Yair Rodriguez. Yair. I say put your rear in there. You know, why not? What do you think of this fight, man? And,
yeah, I mean, you guys, you definitely took my pick on that. I had Yair Rodriguez as well for his next fight, but I mean, yeah, absolutely. I mean, it was a statement from Kevin Vallejos. He caught Emmett with a nasty right hook, just dropped Emmett while in the pocket, and then just beat the brakes off him in the clinch. I mean, like you said, knees, elbows, hooks. I mean, he showed he could hit you with every one of the 8 limbs. Overall, I mean, it was pretty much a flawless performance, just domination everywhere the fight went. Emmett had a lot of lateral moments where he mainly kind of just slid towards Vallejos' power side, and he was getting picked apart with calf kicks, right hooks. Kevin even stuffed the only takedown attempt with ease. It was a nice elbow as well that cut Josh early off of that break. Emmett was circling out and then loading up really heavy, like you said. I mean, a wild hook or just an overhand. Kevin was able to just, he saw it immediately. He was able to bob and weave, land his own counters, take Emmett out in the first round. It was really impressive. I mean, Ilia Topuria couldn't even do that. And I'm not big on Josh Emmett as it is. I think he's got an overhand. That's really what he's got. Other than that, I think Kevin Vallejos really showed that. I mean, what they said after the fight was, Vallejos threw 42 strikes to Emmett's 2. But I'm sure your stats are probably a little bit better on that. But it was definitely a one-sided fight. And I'm really looking forward to seeing Vallejos back in there. But I say I'm right there with y'all. I say give him Rodriguez.
Yeah, I've got it on Google and UFC stats, 3-46,
okay,
and 3-36 on significant strikes.
Yeah,
and he went 0 for 1 on his takedown. So tough night at the office if your name's Josh Emmett. Mm-hmm. Back to Mordor and back to the drawing board, I guess. Oh, it's such a bad joke, but it hits every time I feel. The truth will say.
If I had to see Josh Emmett get back in there, I mean, I wouldn't mind seeing him against like a Giga Chikadze. I think that could be
that's
a
fun fun shout. That's a fun shout. Flawless victory. I wish I had that one. I don't think I had that.
Fatality.
Close enough.
Yeah. Same shit, different title.
I'll have to get the flawless victory and the toasty added to the soundboard for sure. Oh man, I'm gonna let you take the lead on the next one, but in the next one we had a women's strawweight bout. I wish I could say women's strawweight banger, but just wasn't that. Between Amanda Lemos and Gillian Robertson. Man. What were your thoughts on this fight? Do you think the judges got it right? And were you impressed on either side?
Yeah, I mean, I kind of expected this from Robertson. I definitely think the judges got it right. It was a good name to add to her resume, but overall it was a decent performance. I mean, it was as advertised. Striker versus grappler here. Lemos was doing some good work on the feet early. She had some nice teep kicks to kind of keep the distance. Nice shots down the middle as she was circling out. Lemos was really piecing her up on the feet, and then Lemos' takedown defense, it just kind of it didn't hold up. It looked good in the first round, but it didn't hold up. She was able to kind of get positions reversed. She landed some nasty elbows. Second round, Robertson just made perfect adjustments. I mean, heavy pressure. She caught the leg kicks into a double leg. She had a lot of positional control. Really showed the grappling advantage, especially from half guard as well. I mean, she kind of threw a few good elbows, but mainly she was really looking to stay in a safe position, which I was definitely looking more, forward to her, going for the submission, being a little bit more aggressive, landing some shots from up top. But she did not want to lose that submission. She pretty much just kind of smothered Lemos with pressure. And that was pretty much all it was. I mean, what did you think on this one?
Man, I think you took the words right out of my mouth. I thought Gillian just seemed to be a little bit of a step ahead everywhere the fight went, right? I do think the right person won. However, if we're going pride rules, I think Amanda Lemos won this fight. She outlanded her 42-12 on significant strikes, even though she got outlanded 51-64 on total strikes. Again, the more damaging shots were definitely landed by Lemos. You could tell Gillian did not want to stay on the feet with her, which is why she was trying her best to rack up that ground control time. She got a little over 9 minutes of it in her own right, which kudos to her. 9 minutes, 17 seconds of ground control time, but 8% of your strikes were ground strikes. Whereas the woman who only got 2 minutes and 4 seconds landed 30% of her damage while on top of you. So I think it showed that there are holes in her game. What's next for Gillian Robertson? I think give her the title shot, man. Like, when are we ever going to get to see Mackenzie Dern defend the belt against someone that she has every single thing just a little bit better than the opposition? She's a little bit better grappler, a little bit better Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu artist, and she's a lot of bit better striker. What happens if Gillian can't take somebody like a Mackenzie Dern down? What happens when somebody gets on top of Gillian Robertson and has really strong top control? Because Amanda Lemos is not that girl, and she got 2 minutes. So again, for me, like I learned a lot in this one. I learned that Gillian is really good. I think Grimy said it earlier. Yeah, Gillian's wrestling is really good. I agree with that. Her wrestling is really good, but her offensive wrestling is good. Her defensive wrestling showed a lot of holes in that exchange for me. So yeah, I'd love to see her fight Mackenzie Dern. I don't know. Did you have a name on the tip of your tongue, Pip?
Yeah, I will add to this as well. I mean, during the fight, the stat breakdown there, how many of those shots were landed in the first round compared to the other 2 rounds? I don't know if you have those available or not, but I could definitely see, I see Lemos winning the first round, but I think the control, and she wasn't really able to do much on Lemos' side, so I think Robertson definitely took rounds 2 and 3. But
so on significant strikes, Lemos won every single round.
Okay. Interesting.
25-5 in round 1, 10-2 in round 2, and 7-5 in round 3.
Interesting. Okay.
And that's on UFCstats.com.
That might be one I got to go back and rewatch. From what I saw, I thought Robertson did enough to get the dub, especially rounds 2 and 3.
I will agree with you. Round 2 is the most decisive for Gillian because she got 4 minutes of control time, or 4 minutes and 6 seconds. And round 1 is the most decisive round for Amanda Lemos because she got more control time that round than even Gillian. 1 minute 40 to 1 minute 38. Total strikes, Amanda took round 1 as well, 27-9. On total strikes, Gillian took rounds 2 and 3, 26-11 and 29-13. But again, if you look at the total like damage done, 10-2, 7-5. I mean, you're talking 17-7, bro. Like that's tough stuff.
Thanks for breaking it down. But yeah, no, I mean, as far for what's next for Robertson, I'm not mad at Mackenzie Dern. Honestly, I like that matchup, and I mean, especially even from Robertson getting top mount or whatever the case is, if she's in full guard or whatever, Dern's good off her back. I mean, she'll look for submissions. But I was kind of thinking more.
Always got to be weary of a triangle or a fucking armbar from Mackenzie Dern, bro. She's got nasty 100%. Skills on the bottom.
100%, yeah. But I mean, as far for what's next for Robertson, I wouldn't be mad at a Zhaonan Yan for maybe into the top 5 rankings. But if you want to throw her in for a title shot, fuck it, go ahead and do it.
Yeah, Yao Xiaonan would be a really, really fun fight as well. Is that ripe young lad from Kentucky making another appearance? The other guy's lacking. People better not start calling Roberts a threat after that. Thanks, Klaus the Boss. I agree, bro. And yeah, Nano just started a new job, just moved to another state, so he's doing a lot of movement. He's actually out of town all week this week in Utah for a work trip. So he will be back next week. But Pip is here to stay as well. He'll be here also. The women's division are hurting right now. All they have is Jocelyn Edwards. Brother, don't do that. Because Jocelyn's about to lose. Isn't she fighting Big Norm next? Norma Dumont? Or am I tripping?
Oh, she got a fight booked?
I thought it was against Jocelyn Edwards. Am I a crazy guy?
It's a quick turnaround.
Jocelyn Edwards, yeah, upcoming bout, April 25th against Big Norm, okay. Norma Dumont.
I like that. You're breaking news.
I only know that because I have Norma Dumont in my fantasy league, and she was my first round pick, and Drew is never gonna let me live it down. He's like, you could have got her in round 3. Nobody was going after Norma Dumont like that, bro. Literally, I hung out with Drew in person this weekend. This motherfucker talked my ear off about Norman Dumont for like 5 hours. Nasty bottom skills, Delgado. And I'd imagine nasty top skills as well, that Mackenzie Dern. Nasty everywhere the fight can go. Fili versus Sean Woodson. Ooh,
Grimy,
a bit ahead of ourselves,
picks.
but I'm not mad at it, bro. I'm not mad at it at all. Let's talk about that fight. I may or may not have been intoxicated while watching all of these fights, but I digress. I still feel like I watched them with a hawk's eye. Featherweight bout between Andre Touchy Fili and Jose Delgado. One guy has my favorite nickname. The other guy has my brother-in-law's last name. You know, who's to check? Who am I going for in this one? I'll tell you. It wasn't the guy who shares the same last name as the guy that I'm friends with. It's Touchy Fili. All right, I was going for Andre, my guy, and I thought he did enough to win, bro. 4-1 on takedowns. Pretty close on the total strikes and pretty close on significant strikes. So 70-103 on total and 62-94 on significant strikes. I mean, this was a good fight. This was a very close fight. And if we look at the control time, again, Jose Delgado 36 seconds, Andre Fili 59 seconds. So not a ton of control time to go off of in this one. So we have to look at it round by round. Andre Fili kept it very, very close. But if you look at it round by round, I can understand why the judges scored it the way in which they did. It's the same, or rather the reverse reasoning as to why I think they should have scored the last fight, the one we got right, differently, right? Because damage should win fights. And ultimately, even though Andre Fili landed the more takedowns, 4 times as many takedowns to be exact, and got almost twice as much control time, he still got outlanded by 30 total or 30 significant strikes and almost 40 significant strikes. I thought he won watching the fight live. I thought he'd done enough. Going back and looking at the stats, I realized, maybe I had done one shot too many right before that fight. Maybe. I don't know. I was drinking tequila. I'm not used to tequila. All right. I'm a whiskey guy. It's risky when it's not whiskey pit. So yeah, I don't know. Like, did you think the judges got this one right? Did you think that maybe Fili was going to get his hand raised out there on Saturday?
So on the on last week's show, I picked Delgado, so I don't really give a fuck. Delgado got it done, as predicted, is what I like to say. But I mean, honestly, the fight was pretty good. I mean, both guys were pretty evenly matched. Both had similar skill sets. We just saw a difference in the boxing of Fili and the kicks from Delgado is what I saw. Fili had a lot of success with counters. Anytime Delgado was throwing straight shots, Fili was able to counter, land some good right hands, even drop Delgado as he was rushing in. Fili did a good job switching stances as well. Usually had some offense or at least, moving out of range when he would switch stances. It gave Delgado a tough time really figuring out that range and timing. But Delgado, he made good adjustments, had some success with the leg and the body kicks early, then it really started pushing the pace in the second round. Found his way to get into the pocket off the kicks, had some good blitz-in combinations. We really saw whoever was pushing forward was usually having more success. But it was, like you said, it was pretty competitive throughout 3 rounds. Definitely a good fight, and it was a really good win for Delgado.
I agree. Very good win for Delgado, and I think the next big thing on this guy's trajectory, or the next person in his iron sights, rather, should be Brian T. City Ortega. I think that's a fun stylistic matchup. I think Brian presents probably a lot more problems than Fili did, and a lot of different problems, a subset of different problems. I'm not mad at Grimey's shout here, though. Delgado versus David Onama is a very fun shout. And Fili versus Sean Woodson, I like. I don't like it from the fact that I like both guys' perspective, but man, as a fight fan, inject that one into my veins.
Yeah, Delgado versus David Onama. I mean, again, me and Grimy save wavelength tonight. That's exactly who I got on my list as well. And I was maybe even thinking Andre Fili versus Jamal Emmers for someone who could be next for Fili.
That'd be a fun shout, too. Another good shout for Delgado would be Josh Emmett, if Josh Emmett is to continue fighting.
Yeah.
I think stylistically, again, that's a fun matchup. It's somebody that's going to make him work and also make him take risks. Because if you're not taking risks against somebody like Josh Emmett, you're probably going to get hit hard. And that's not fun.
All these guys are good tests, honestly.
I agree. And I think a lot of these dudes are on the right trajectory. It's St. Paddy's Day. Surprised no one is able to stand or sit upright. I'm surprisingly resilient to the booze. But you know what? Cheers, brother. I'll pour one out.
Just for that. Just wait till the end of the show.
It is St. Patty's Day. Who knows? Maybe I'll be hiccuping. We'll see. It'll definitely be time for some pizza. Cheers. Last night I did steak and veggies, but tonight I'm drinking, so it'll be pizza. Something with a lot of dough and bread. Man. This next one is let's see. I'm doing a shot at lunch today. Fuck it. Let's go, Grimy. My guy. In the next one, we had another featherweight bout between Marwan Rahiki and Harry Hardwick. I said Harry Hardwick got his leg battered his last fight, and that his opponent was probably going to try and do the same. I wasn't wrong. He came out and he was destroying the fuck out of that leg to start the fight. I mean, it was nasty work the way he was ringing those leg strikes together. And then he started going up top. And when he did, Harry would eat like 22 strikes, and the ref would be like, I'm going to stop. You got to show me something. And then Hardwick would just uncork some shit and rock his opponent. Like, talk about a dude that no matter how much you think he's out of there, he's not. And again, that was a joke, right? Like, he'd land 22 strikes and then get one back. It was 76-93. It wasn't that lopsided on the striking, but man, that's what it felt like in some of the exchanges, especially in that last round. And then he gets his jaw just completely unfucking hinged, bro. And what a stud. What a stud for his fucking response after the fight. He said, my jaw's absolutely fucked. But I like smoothies. I like milkshakes. I like mashed potatoes. I'm a pretty happy guy still. Like, what a great attitude. That screams UFC don't cut this, man. Give him another fight against a winnable opponent or a beatable opponent. Marwan Rahiki, you dirty son of a bitch. You are strong. You are very strong. And I look forward to seeing what's next for you. Obviously, I have two names on the tip of my tongue, but I want to let you do your breakdown first. They broke his jaw!
They took his jaw!
He's saying UFC don't take my jaw! He took his jaw! And they broke his jaw! It happens.
No,
it happens to the best of us.
That was insane. Even going back to what Grimy said, looking back at his after the fight when they showed some of the pictures of his jaw, it was nasty looking. It was nasty looking.
Lethal Sugar just commented, I just got my wisdom teeth removed. So sick of all those things you just said, LMAO. Smoothies, mashed potatoes, yogurt, pudding. Dang. Lethal Sugar, you know what else is easy to eat or drink? Whiskey. But they tell you not to take that with the pain medicine, so maybe don't take that advice. Not today.
Drink enough whiskey, it will become the pain medicine.
It's a good replacement.
Sterile, cleans everything.
Man, tell us more about how the Brookies pit.
That Riki staying undefeated. This was a fantastic fight for as long as it went, but both back and forth the whole time. Broke Harry's jaw in the corner, had to stop it. Harry Hardwick is a tough son of a bitch, like you said. He's eating head kicks, elbows, hooks, the kitchen sink. He got rocked bad. Fence propped him up, just fired him back. He was able to land a few good shots. And I will say Harry did start off the fight looking better than his debut. He was checking some of the leg kicks, so I'll give him that compared to just absolutely none of them. He was checking a little bit of them. He had a nice jab that was getting through. He was engaging in the grappling, but the striking from Rahiki turned out to be way too much. Good check hooks, fast combinations, even some good step-in elbows and knees to counter the grappling of Harry. And just trading looping shots back and forth, and you could see that Rahiki just had the power advantage. You could see just in the exchange midway through in the second when he broke his jaw, he got hit with several hooks after that, and then you saw him come back. They kind of reset, and he was sitting there just, the mouth was open. He was just mouth breathing. They even talked about it a little bit on the broadcaster booth. I think it was Bisping and Dominic Cruz kind of mentioned it, but they had to throw in the towel after that second round. But it was a very fun fight, and I'm actually looking forward to seeing both of these guys back in the cage because that was just a fantastic performance. If I'm going for what's next for him, I wouldn't mind seeing Rahiki versus Shad Woodson. I think that was another dropout in the chat, so I think that's a good shout. And then, even Harry Hardwick, because I don't want to see him get cut. Maybe let's do a Morgan Charry, the last pirate, or the pirate. You got any fun names for these guys?
I would not be mad at any of those picks. For Harry Hardwick, Mean Hakeem Dawodu. I think that's a fun bout for Harry Hardwick. And then for the boy, the man, the myth, the legend, Rahiki. Which every time I say that name, it makes me think of the Lion King, Rafiki. Asante Santos Gosh Banana. Jack Tank Shore, I think, is a very, very fun fight. And also Zombie Jr. Ju Sung Yu. I think that's a fun one. Ju Sung Yu is also just coming off of a loss to Daniel Santos. So he's not really at the affordability of fighting up. I think that'd make a fun one. Fernando Padilla for Rafiki. Grimy. I've agreed with you every time until now. I got to say that's too soon, bro. Fernando does bad things to Rafiki, I think. I don't know about that one. Like, what do you think, Pip? You think it's too much too soon for him?
I would like to see Rahiki get a few more fights, but he looked good.
Because Rahiki, I mean, Padilla's top 50 at least in Tapology, right?
I have no idea where he sits on the rankings. Let's see. Break down the numbers.
Yeah, he's 48. And homie is like 85. So that's tough. That's tough. Yeah, Rahiki's 59. So that's jumping up 11 spots.
I've seen crazier.
Another good one would be Austin Bashi.
Yeah.
We haven't seen him in there in a minute. Padilla definitely a step above at this moment. See, that's what I think. But that could be very cool in the future. Like, not this coming fight, but the one after, if he does something else impressive. Abso-fucking-lutely, bro. Absolutely sign me up for that shit. In the next bout, God, we were wrong. It was a light heavyweight bout between Iwan Cutelaba and Oumar Sy. I mean, he switched out the B for a V and cut out the cute because homie was just bringing lava in that shit, brother. He was pouring on the heat in this fight. 40-5, bro. 40-5. And it didn't end by knockout. It ended by fucking submission, kids. Like, brother. The mounted Gilly? The mounted Gilly? Don't be silly, bro. Like, sheesh. That was nasty work, bro. It was nasty work. I was actually very impressed with Iwan in this fight. This is probably the most impressed I've ever been with this guy. You know what that means? Bet the house against him next fight because he will let you down. It's what he does. I've firmly been a believer that Iwan Cutelaba has all the skills in the world to be a contender, but he's so fucking inconsistent. I don't know if it's his training or the mentality or what it is. And maybe he'll make me eat my words. I hope he does. I like him as a fighter. I think he's very entertaining. He's very fun to watch. But man, unless he can, like, maybe, I don't know if it's a youth thing too, because he's still pretty young. He's still entering fight prime, right? So, like, maybe he's outgrowing it. Maybe, like Michel Pereira, he's not going to do stupid backflips anymore, you know? I hope, because he's got a very bright future if that's the case. He is 20-11, which makes for kind of a 500 fighter style record. But if he starts stringing them together, light heavyweight is pretty fucking shallow, my dude. There's just not a lot going on there. Speaking of not a lot going on there, Oumar Sy had not a lot going on. I bet on him. Also did a side bet, not related to the show. I do all the betting for the show on 2 apps, and I do separate betting on another app. But Drew convinced me to do a very lucrative bet on Sy. He was so confident, and glad that's not counting towards our tally on the show, because that would be very upsetting. We'd have a very big way to claw back. Cheers, folks. If you're drinking, drink with us. Let's go Pac. My guy. And let's go WMC.
Western Mass.
Western Mass. Where's Bash been? Yeah, I think Grimey's right. Bash had an injury. Yeah, I think, was it a neck injury? I don't fucking know. But what I do know is the people are dying to know. Pip, what were your thoughts on Iwan, the Incredible Hulk?
Yeah, but you took the stats, so you took about half my breakdown there. But I definitely did not expect this. We both kind of ate our words on this one, and I'm happy I did not make any bets on this one. But yeah, Cutelaba made quick work of Oumar Sy. As soon as Cutelaba snatched that neck up, he was able to roll him out. He had Sy tapping. Sy shot in for a double leg and left the neck wide open. Cutelaba took advantage. His grappling looked really good. Stuffed some shots. He was able to get reversals, and overall, it was just very impressive from Cutelaba. Cutie-Bella. That works.
It's Cutelaba.
Cutelaba.
Yeah. Oh, see, that just sounded like I just lost a job right now. I got to let you mispronounce it. Just go back to what you were saying. You were right the first time.
I like Cutie-Bella.
I like Cutie-Bella as well. You know what else I like? I like Charles Johnson's fucking grit, brother. Come on. 110 to 101 on total strikes, 85 to 73 on significant strikes, and 100% on both sides when it came to heart. My gosh, what were your thoughts on this fight? Because I thought this was a fantastically fun showing.
Yeah, this was a great fight. I mean, competitive fight through 3 rounds. There was a lot going on and really a lot to keep up with. So, Olin, if you were drinking on this one was definitely hard to follow. More of a clash of styles.
I think I did 2 shots watching this fight just from anxiety, bro.
Yeah, to settle it down a little bit. Fuck, these guys are going quick. But yeah, it was more just kind of that traditional versus unconventional style. I mean, Silva stayed in the orthodox style, pushed a lot of pressure, good feints, a little bit of a tighter defense. Johnson was constantly switching stances, throwing fast combinations, good knees. The hands were low, but both of them were really effective. Johnson had nice straights down the middle, good knees to the body as Silva would rush in, landed some slick counters, nice elbows off the break as well, and could kind of slip, jab, slip. Even off the fence, he was able to land some nice kicks and body kicks, which I thought was kind of impressive. Just the flexibility off those kicks. It's just very fast for Johnson. It was impressive. Silva kept insane amount of pressure, just kind of fired shots, landed some nice hooks, good uppercuts as well, and Johnson would dip his head. Overall, it was just really a nonstop fury of shots. You throw kind of 5 punches, land a couple, get pushed against the cage, and then trading again. But overall, I mean, Johnson was able to just kind of outpoint Silva on this one, and I'm happy Johnson got the done. This one kind of, I think we both got this one right as well. So I'm happy to see Johnson back in the win column. And as far as if I'm thinking about what's next for him, I mean, I give him what he wants. I'd love to see him in there with Brandon Royval. I think it's a winnable shot at kind of the top spot of the rankings there. And I'm just kind of reaching here. I mean, even if Van wins his next fight and Johnson wins that fight, give that man a title shot. I mean, the story is already there. I think a lot of people would get behind that fight. I think it would do numbers. So if I'm just kind of rubbing the ball there, I'd love to see that next for Charles Energy Johnson.
I mean, I would absolutely love to see that, bro. I would definitely love to see that. I mean, when it comes to what I think should be next for Charles Energy Johnson, it's got to be the loser of Josh Van versus. That's got to be it. If you're trying to pick anybody else, I'm just going to look you straight in the eye and say,
come on, don't be crazy.
I just think that's what makes sense, dude. If we are not doing that, maybe Starboy Manel Cobb.
I think
that's the only other thing that makes sense. But Cobb does bad things. I don't love it. I don't like that for my boy.
I just want to see Johnson get out there and win.
Me too, and I don't know that that's the path to it. You know, I don't like Cobb. He's like Iwan Cutelaba. He's either going to do really nasty things to his opponent, or he's going to have really nasty things happen to him by way of his opponent. Either way, I don't like it. I don't like it at all. So let's just not do that. Okay? Let's just not do that.
Let's just skip. Fuck it. Title shot.
Yeah, can we just not? Yeah, just skip Manel. He's off the board. All right. Speaking of off the board, Chris Curtis is off the board, folks. Welterweight bout between Chris Curtis and Myktybek Orolbai. Chris Curtis was getting frustrated visibly, like putting his hands up and like, you can't put your hands up like that if you've been taken down 19 of 24 times. He didn't attempt one takedown of his own. You know what would help him in that kind of situation? You don't even have to do anything with it. You don't have to stay on top, Chris. Shoot a takedown. Just feint a takedown even. But if you shoot a takedown, you land on top, and then you get up, you have threatened it. He's now going to have to worry about sprawling, and then it puts him off of his offensive wrestling game. It's simple stuff, and Chris Curtis is too much of a veteran to not be doing simple stuff, bro. Like, you're talking about a man with 45 professional fights. This is nuts, bro. He just went out there and got masterclass by a homie with 19. If you are bad at math, homie has less the amount of professional experience. That's like 21-year-old Timmy right out of college coming out there and cooking the books against you, bro. What are you doing? It was tough. It was tough. Not for me. I bet on Myktybek. Oh, man. People were like, but it's a big guy going down, a little guy going up. And I'm like, did you see him at the fucking weigh-ins? The little guy was the big guy. Again, I say, Pimp, what the fuck are we doing here? Yeah, I thought it was a masterclass for Myktybek Orolbai. Mr. Orolbai went out there and landed damn near 20 takedowns. He traded in the caveman face and put on his best Khabib appearance because, man, he looked fucking Dagestani out there on Saturday, boy, let me tell you. What were your thoughts on this one? Like, did you learn anything or did it just kind of check the boxes and confirm a few things for you?
100%. Just kind of check the boxes on this one. And I was kind of watching that. It was a dominating performance from Orolbai. I said during that, I'm already hyped for Orolbai versus Islam. I said, give it to me. But I mean, it was a great win over a great name, just relentless pressure and takedowns from Orolbai. He was able to get Chris against the cage, just, body lock. Chris couldn't get him off of him. Just takedowns over and over again, like you said. What were the stats? There were actually 19 official takedowns, I think is what it was. So
19 for 24.
19 for 24. Yeah, I mean, it was just relentless pressure.
79 to land 19. Sorry to cut in. To land 19 takedowns and have a 79.2% accuracy clip is stupid. Like, it's not silly. It's not wild. It's not crazy. It's fucking stupid, bro. Like, you are in the top 15, top 20 of your weight class, and you're doing that. You landed at almost an 80% clip. That means 4 out of every 5 you're hitting. Or, sorry, 3 out of every 4 you're hitting. And you hit 19? That's just asinine, bro. Like, what a stud.
It was definitely insane. But, yeah, I mean, he just got dumped every time. He got dumped on his head a few times. He was able to just grab the leg, pull him down. He was just a step ahead the whole time in the grappling. And he wasn't just, laying and praying as well. I mean, Orolbai was looking for the submission. He was landing big shots. He was stepping on the calf. I mean, it was kind of just nasty positional control. And he was causing some issues. It was one of the, I mean, he looked like a big Khabib in there. I mean, that's kind of what it was. I mean, we haven't seen anybody really do this to Chris Curtis. So it was a great win for Myktybek Orolbai and a great showcase of his skills.
He definitely looked like Timothée Chalamet out there on Saturday. That man is a fucking beast. I genuinely don't know what's next for him, but I'll tell you this, I can't fucking wait to see it because he's going to be a problem for like 90% of the division, I think. Like, genuinely, the grappling he possesses is a genuine nightmare. If I had to pick the 2 names on the tip of my tongue, and as Khabib would say, I know you don't like this, brother. Right? I know you don't like this. But I like Leon Edwards.
Okay.
And this is like Ola, if you're watching this live, if you're watching this on playback, maybe just take those out for just a moment. Maybe earmuff, just so you don't hear the reverberation, the echo in the headphones. Kamaru Usman, Mr. Marty from Nebraska. I think, like, it's going to be a boxing match at that point.
That could
be
a good
put 2 of
fight.
the better wrestlers in the division against each other, and it's going to be awesome, bro.
But Usman's got no knees now. He'd no knee Usman.
I'll leave it. Don't say that again. You don't want to see that fight, bro? Kamaru Dean, Marty from Nebraska? My guy. Come on. Kamaru versus Orolbai? My guy Ola is just going to die on the hill that fucking Kamaru deserves a title shot against Islam, which, like, I'll take my headphones off for that shit. Ola.
I'll shut this whole shit down right now.
I will hit this in-stream button right now, so help me. No, seriously, though, bro. Like, Ola is just dying to see the title shot get given to Kamaru. And I don't know. Oh, he meant the Leon comment. Oh, bro. Okay, all right. We won't do that to Leon. Leave Leon out of this. All right. I'll change my pick for Leon and put Jeff Hands of Steel Neal in there. And then we'll just call a spade a spade. But
yeah, I was almost thinking
respectfully, Hands of Neal just gets grappled to death.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's probably what happens to Leon as well. Unfortunately.
Same.
I was kind of thinking more along the lines of like a D-Rod, Daniel Rodriguez. I think it'd be a fun fight, but I do like what you're saying to kind of move him up against the rankings.
I wouldn't be mad at that. Or Yaroslav Amosov. It'd be a good test for both guys. But I think Yaroslav, I don't want to say this out loud actually because it's going to be on public record. Yaroslav might be the guy though. Like Yaroslav might be the dude. I don't want to. I always say this. I don't want to see Dana take like his 2 new shiny toys and be like, one of them has to break. That's not fun. I don't need to see either of these shiny new toys break. Just stack them up, and then once one of them becomes champion, fucking challenge those guys against each other. That's
both of these guys. I want to see them fight more like seasoned vets.
Yes,
just a big test.
Exactly. Any of the names that we just said for Orolbai, I would love to see Yaroslav in there against. Usman is still a GOAT. Hopefully he can blow the dust off the gas tank and hold it out. Brother, I don't think it's the gas tank he's got to dust off. I think it's them knees, bro. He needs an oil can. He's an oil can and a trip to Mexico to CPI. I mean, I can't talk much. I need a trip to that's what CPI is. It's the leading stem cell treatment place in the world. They're in Mexico. They're hour and a half, 2 hours away from me. But I haven't looked it up for sure for my knees and shoulder. I surely haven't price checked it, and I surely haven't been considering spending the price on it. But if I had, I could tell you all of those things. So yeah, I'm no guy to talk shit to Kamaru. I need the same shit and one in the shoulder. So if I rolled it hard enough, you could probably hear it click in the damn mic. Moving on.
Bitch in his GPS right now. Sorry.
I'm telling you.
Go ahead.
Moving on into the heavyweight division, Vitor Petrino versus Steven Asplund in a battle of the biggest lopside of physiques. You have a guy that, as Steven Asplund said, looks like he doesn't even need to fight. Looks like he could be The Rock's cousin. Looks like he could be a male model. And he does. He does, right? Like, my God, Vitor Petrino is not somebody that I would willingly leave my fiance around. I'm just calling his bid. Like, he's on the list. Black Jag is on the list. Just, you play stupid games, you win stupid prizes. No, I trust her very much. I definitely don't trust Vitor Petrino, though. I'm telling you, not with all those muscles. But Steven Asplund, man who used to weigh 500 pounds. He's a very large man. And now he's cut down to 260 pounds. Like, imagine saying, I cut a lot of weight to make 260 pounds. That's wild stuff, bro. That's 3 Alex Pips. That's 3 of him. Quick maths. So people thought that this was going to be a fight where it's going to be a knockout. And if Asplund wins, it's probably going to be early on because he's a big boy. This motherfucker went the distance. And I think it was the end of round 1. He already had 2 slices under one of his eyes. By the end of the fight, he's got 3 slices under that eye. He's got 1 above the other eye, 1 under the other eye. He's got 1 over the bridge of the nose, 1 on his lip, like cheek area. Like, homie was getting marred up. And I gotta call a couple things out. One, Vitor Petrino has really started to settle into his own in heavyweight, and that is a big problem for a lot of heavyweight folks. Because he's doing the reverse DC. Like, DC went down to light heavyweight after having a career in heavyweight, and he's like, fuck, these guys are fast. I have to train harder. Vitor's going up, and he's like, holy fuck, I'm fast. These guys are talking about this is awesome. I'm going to keep training harder. Like, that's a cool realization to have, bro. And you're like, oh, they hit pretty hard, but they miss me hella often because they're hella slow. That's pretty sick. It's like the Flash versus the Hulk. The Flash all day, bro. I'll be Flash all fucking day in that fight. You can't hit what you can't touch, bro. And if I'm faster than you, I'm the annoying little mosquito that's just fucking pecking your shit over and over again, taking blood from you. And before you know it, you're fucking anemic. You know what I'm saying? I've taken too much of that blood, kid. You're done. So Vitor went out there and he was that. He was more the mosquito than the bruiser in this one. He was more the death by 1,000 bee stings kind of fight. And he outlanded his opponent 92 to 73. And 92 significant strikes to 61, which is crazy to me. If you would have told me, hey, Olin, who do you think at the end of the fight will have the same number of significant strikes as they do total strikes? I would have bet Steven Asplund on that. I would have put my foot in my mouth twice because I picked Steven Asplund. He didn't win. And he's also not the guy that landed or threw every significant strike. Like, his opponent, 1 out of the 162 strikes he attempted for Vitor Petrino was not considered a significant strike attempt. That is insane stats, Pip. 99.9% of this motherfucker's strike output, he's throwing everything at you. He is trying to hurt you. For a guy that fights at 206 to 265 pounds, that's so much energy and effort exerted into every exchange. Like, when I was doing this way more professionally, way closer to professionally, like, I would have fought at 155, 165. I was walking around at 160, 170. That would be insane for me, bro. And I'm the guy that the coach would have to tell to calm the fuck down. Because I'm super excited and throwing everything. Like, and even for me, I'm like, nah, that's wild stuff, bro. He was 161 out of 162. That's stupid. This motherfucker is crazy. He has actual anger issues. He's a problem for heavyweight, bro. Like, I thought that he was good in light heavyweight, kind of like Dustin Poirier was good in featherweight. But in lightweight, Dustin Poirier became great. In heavyweight, I think Vitor Petrino has the potential to become great. He's a problem for all these guys. He's faster, he's slicker, and he makes them miss. Like 73 for 172 shots thrown for Asplund. Asplund don't miss like that. Like, I'm not saying he's a sniper out there, but to make him land less than half of what he's throwing at you, and he had higher output than you, and you outlanded him by 20 plus strikes, like, bro, it's just it was a fantastic fight for Vitor. It was a fantastic fight for Steven too, though. Like, it's one of the very few times in this sport where the loser loses zero sauce. He loses zero stake in the game. And if anything, he may have grown more because he didn't go out. A lot of those shots would have put lesser men out. I think Austin Lane fights in a couple weeks. That guy wouldn't have lasted in there, bro. Brain stew, bro. Would have been fucking brain stew. So, to name drop a Green Day song. So, yeah, I got this one wrong. I got another shot poured up. If you're drinking, drink with us. Happy St. Patty's Day. And just happy Tuesday to you. Whatever you're doing. If you're not drinking, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, smash the bell for notifications. And while you're at it, go ahead and subscribe to Pip's Piano Tips if you haven't already. Cheers, folks. If you're not drinking whiskey with me, that better be a 1970s bottle of Coke.
80s edition for sure. I'm feeling real good. Look.
Oh man, what were your thoughts on this one?
Yeah, overall, I mean, it is a great fight, and like you said, I think both of these guys' hype went up after this fight. Steven hit Petrino with some bombs. Petrino was just picking him apart from the outside. Overall, it was just a better game plan for Petrino. It stayed light on his feet, circled around the cage, didn't initiate in the pocket exchanges, but he was able to land good counters. You saw Steven would go in, he'd throw, about on that second or third shot, he was rushing in, kind of overextending, and then Petrino was able to circle out, counter. And I'll mention, I didn't like Asplund's volume. I definitely thought he was going to throw a lot more volume than what he did. But I think it was a mix of things. Steven usually has crazy volume striking, but if he can work on the footwork.
Would you believe me if I told you he threw more volume than his opponent?
So, no, I believe that 100%, but like, look at his
It didn't seem
fight.
like it in the fight, though.
Yeah. It seemed like he just wasn't that Nate Diaz heavyweight is what I always like to call him. He didn't look like a Nate Diaz heavyweight in there. I mean, he just
that's
wasn't.
Such a good way to sum up Asplund because he just peppers in little shots and then boom,
exactly
hooks one over.
Yeah, and that's kind of what I was thinking too in the breakdown.
Yeah.
I thought he was going to outstrike him, and I thought he was going to get him out in the later rounds because I thought it was just going to be those peppering jabs, 1-1, 2, and then back up and then keep doing it over and over again and just really wearing on him. But that's one thing that I think he could work on. If he could work on some of that footwork, maybe cutting off the cage a little bit, I think he could have done better. Instead of just walking forward and then kind of getting frustrated a little bit, we saw that Petrino would circle out and he didn't want to chase him. And I think that was, a way to preserve, cardio as well, because both of these guys are big boys and they were throwing. But I mean, Petrino did a good job kicking the leg of Asplund as well. As soon as you saw him like load up on a jab, he would go in. He'd even go for the takedown as well. So I mean, he just kind of gave Steven a lot to think about. And I feel like, with that being said, I mean, I feel like Steve was waiting or just a little bit hesitant because of that. But credit to Steven as well. I mean, he had good takedown defense. I think that's his only loss was from a submission. So I mean, he looked good in the first round, but overall, Petrino was able to just stay out of the pocket, land some really nice jabs, frustrate Steven, good combinations, and had Steven just looking like a mess after the fight, like you said. So overall, it was a really good performance from Petrino. And if I'm even going for what's next for Petrino, that was a really good win. That was a good win. So I wouldn't be mad at maybe an Ante Delija or hear me out on this, maybe even a Derek Lewis. I think Derek Lewis could be. There we go.
That was my pick. That was my pick.
Then they got to do it.
I have two names. So I have Derek Lewis and I have Shamil O'Neal Gaziev, as I like to call him, Mr. Shamil O'Neal. I think that'd be a fun fight for him. And then, because I said in the description, I did say in the description, we're going to play what's next for the biggest winners and losers, right? Not all losers, but some losers. Steven Asplund. I like Ryan Superman Spann. Another light heavyweight going up to heavyweight. I think it's another good test for him because Superman's fast, bro. Like, he's not super fast, but he's fast. I think it's a good one, bro. I think it's a good one. WMC. Guys, I love the show and I appreciate you, boys. I'm wicked distracted right now. Unless it's by a drink, I'm going to need you to fucking straighten the fuck up, kid. Figure it out.
Dial in.
All right, dial in. As the younger kids say, lock in, unk. That's probably what they say when they see my old ass.
I had Ryan Spann too. I think that's a great shout. That's exactly what I want to see next for Steven Asplund.
I love that fight. When I was looking at names this morning, I was like, Superman makes a lot of sense, bro. And not just because I have a Superman tattoo. In the bantamweight division, next up, we had Elijah Smith and one of Donald Trump's favorite fighters, Yu Su Young. Sorry, I can't not make the joke every time. It's low-hanging fruit. And you know what? Donald was very sad. Yu Su Young lost to an older competitor, Elijah Smith. Elijah looked good out there, man. Like, what's crazy is he landed less strikes. But when Su Young was landing, they just weren't doing anything. Like 3 significant strikes to 16 tells you everything you need to know. And then the fact that it ended via submission tells you everything else you need to know, right? It was a rear naked choke pretty early on in round 2, about 1 minute and 4 seconds in for Elijah Smith. And he looked really good, bro. Elijah Smith is another one of these guys that you really have to watch in the bantamweight division because he's young, he's hungry, and he's growing every single time we see him out there, right? Like, he's another guy. Like, the nickname is Swift for a reason. He is 10-1. He has 50% of his wins, so 5 of them by way of knockout, 20%, so 2 of them, it's easy math, right? 10, by way of submission, and 3, so 30%, by way of decision. And if you look at his last 3, this is where it gets fun, right, Pip? Decision, slam from inside triangle, and rear naked choke. I mean, you go back 2 more, you have another decision, and then you've got some punches and elbows to seal the deal in round 1. Like, the dude is he's like an onion, bro. He's got layers to him. And I feel like the more we peel back them layers, dare I say, the more flavor we're going to get, brother. Elijah's that guy. I think he's very tough. And I mean, like, what's next for him, right? Like, bantamweight division, it is not light heavyweight. It is not heavyweight. It is anything but shallow, dare I say. I feel like I've actually been saying my names first for most of the episode. So, Pip, I'll let you take the wing first on this one.
Yeah, no, I mean, like you said, I mean, it's a deep division. I wouldn't be mad at seeing him in there with a Jonathan Martinez. I think that could be a fun fight for Elijah Smith. I think you're muted.
The Dragon, my guy.
Yeah,
that's a fun one. I was thinking Damon Blackshear.
I like that too. Yeah,
I was between Damon Blackshear and Victor La Mangosta Henry.
Yeah, I'm not mad at that. But
he's coming off a win. He's slightly above Montepology at 31. So, I mean, I don't know, man. Good call to Pip. That's a banger fight. I do love that fight, bro. Jonathan the Dragon Martinez is a great shout.
Yeah, that was definitely a statement from Elijah Smith. I think this dude, like you said, could be a real problem in that bantamweight division. Started the round off with a lot of pressure, caught Too Young with a nice knee, and was able to get a lot of control off of it by bringing Elijah to the grappling there. And he was able to get Elijah up to the fence. He was able to kind of stick to him like glue for the rest of the round. But I'll mention Elijah actually impressed me a lot just within that first round. Going against a high-level grappler like that, I mean, he stayed very composed. He was able to get up multiple times. Yes, he got taken down a lot, but I feel like most people, after they get taken down 6 or 7 times in the first round, they usually just accept being on his back. Elijah Smith never did that. He was able to reverse positions. He was able to get up. After that, I mean, then we just kind of saw Smith do Smith things. I mean, heavy pressure, stopped the takedowns, clipped Too Young in the pocket with a nasty right hook. And he just said, you know what? I'm going to choke you out after that round 1 shit. So he got the tap. He made a big statement. It was a great performance for Elijah Smith. That's definitely a guy I think we got to keep an eye on.
Yeah, I completely agree. He is somebody to watch. And somebody else that we really need to watch is Manuel Sosa in the lightweight division. We called it last week when we did the breakdown. I think we both agreed on this one as well, that the Zulu Warrior, aside from having a really cool nickname and a cool history, not the best fighter we've ever seen enter the UFC from that region. And he was definitely outmatched coming in against Manuel Sosa. I'll let you take the lead on this one. What stood out to you in this performance in the lightweight division?
Yeah, I mean, overall, I thought it was a decent fight, up until it ended. I mean, both these guys were really kind of trading shots, going toe-to-toe with each other. Manuel Sosa just found that clean right hand. It was a great start from Sosa. I mean, he was, feinting extremely heavy. We saw Oki just started countering, and then he would drop his hand, and he would try to kind of like throw a jab off of that. Sosa capitalized with a nasty overhand, put him down. And then I will say, I think we saw a little bit of a low IQ moment there from Sosa, just holding on to that Kimura. He ended up getting tossed on his back, still didn't let go of it, gave Oki a lot of time to recover, a good amount of control time as well, and he was able to land his own shots. I mean, it really just made that round a lot closer than what it needed to be. But Sosa made great adjustments going into the third round by actually, he was adding the jab, he was throwing combinations. We saw in that second round that he was just kind of looking for the KO. Every shot that he was throwing, he just kind of meant bad intentions with it. There was no setup, no caution to the wind. We just saw Oki land his own straight hands and rushing in or completely telegraphing the overhand, and Oki landed some nice knees to the body. But like I said, Sosa started popping that jab out, couple shots, and then the left hook, or he would mix the hooks up to the body, and it was just starting to add up. Started backing him up. Oki was slowing down. He got hit with that nasty right hand, and it put him out. It was like you said, it was a great performance from Sosa. What do you got on this one?
Yeah, I thought it was solid. I thought he looked really, really good. Balaji Oki keeps his hands just way too low in this one for me, bro. Like in every fight, he keeps his hands so fucking low. And it's almost like what's going to happen based on where his hand placement is, right? There were, I think, 3 fights where I called exactly which strike was going to land while I was intoxicated as fuck at this fucking party. I called a check left hook in one fight. Check left hook literally is what initiated the drop. I called straight right hand in this one because I was like, cool. Straight right hand is right there from all day. And they're like, why do you say that? And I was like, because his opponent keeps coming in like this. He's got his right hand held high. He's got his left hand held low. And that is just a recipe for disaster for the straight right hand. The hook is going to take too long to get around. Straight right, you can just pop right in, right? And I literally said, if he does a 2-1 instead of a 1-2, it's going to be trouble. Because every time he does the 1-2, it gives his opponent just enough time to get that hand up, right? If he just does not set it up at all and just throws the 2 first, it's going to be bad news. And that's exactly what he did. Straight right hand, down the fucking pipe, and it's murder she wrote, bro. The lights go out in Vegas at the Myktybek. It was a fantastic performance. I thought Manuel Sosa improved significantly from this one, and genuinely cannot wait to see what's next for him. Again, I have done a lot of the what's next first, so who do you have on your list?
I was thinking Gabe Green could be a good fight for Sosa. I think it's a good test. It's a little bit more higher in the rankings. I think that'd be a good matchup. What do you got on this one, on Golan?
I really like Gabe Green for this one. I think that's a fun matchup. Stylistically, I think that makes a lot of sense. Outside of that, I think I almost don't want to say one of these names. Or actually, I don't want to say two of the names. But I'm going to say all three. So I got Mike Beast Boy Davis.
That's a good fight.
I think that's the one I want to say. That's the one that I like. Yeah, that's the one that makes sense. Yeah, like the other two where I'm like, one of them I don't want to say because the guy's on a 3-fight win streak, and I think he deserves to fight up. But if you have to fight down, not a bad name. And that's Cal Fernandez, right? Like he's looked fucking good. He's on a 3-fight win streak, one by TKO, one by decision, another one by TKO. So he's a stud right now. And then you have a guy who's the opposite of the spectrum, bit of a falling from grace as of late. And I don't even like to say it out loud, but I got to say it. Matt the Steamroller Favola.
I'm not mad at that. Honestly,
like it's a good fight.
Yeah, it's a good fight.
But Matt's my boy. I don't love that for him.
Yeah, I don't think. I think he does bad things to Matt Favola.
I think he does too. And I don't like it. I definitely don't like it. But it's a good fight. And it's a fight that makes sense, trajectory-wise. So I had to say it. That's why, like, I write the names down and I tell myself, don't delete anything. Like, even if you want to delete it, just put, like, the little strike-through thing through it. And then, like, let yourself know, like, I don't like saying this. I'm going to say it because I can still read it with a line going through it. You know? Oh, man. Speaking of things I don't like saying. A wise man named Khabib Nurmagomedov said this one time. I know you don't like this, but he smashed our boy. Or rather, we got smashed by your boy, Eric Anders. It was a middleweight bout between Bradley, and Eric, your boy Anders. Remind me, Pip, we were both on Brad on this one, right?
I believe so. Both on Brad on this one.
It's tough.
And your boy did it.
It's tough. It's tough. Again, I gotta say, pride rules. Look, it was a close fight. Pride rules. Bradley Tavares won the fight 48-35 on significant strikes. Some say the most significant strikes in a middleweight bout at the Metapex Arena. No, it was a close fight. It was closely contested. Our boy, not your boy, but our boy, Brad Tavares, he did get a knockdown. And your boy, Eric Anders, Mr. Anders, he didn't do it, bro. He didn't do it. I got to tell you, every time I say the name Anders, I think of Workaholics. And if you haven't seen that show, what are you doing? As soon as this show ends, I think it's on Hulu. Go check it out. It's fantastic and terrible at the same time. I got it wrong, folks. And you know what we say, a bet made, a debt paid. So cheers to you, cheers to us, to all the fuss and the must. And if you haven't done so already, like, comment, subscribe, smash that bell for notifications. We appreciate the hell out of each and every one of you.
Zach Dolan, good to see you in the chat.
I hope everyone's doing well this fine evening. Brother, we hope you're doing well, Zach. Let's go, bro. I'm glad you like that, Z. Brad is like opposite day Neil Magny. What the fuck? What does that
got a point?
Mean? It's one of those things, right? Like what's the quote? Why would you say something so profound yet so brave? It's so good. It's so true. Damn. I actually hate how accurate that comment is. It's true. Like every time I bet on Brad, he loses. Every time I bet against Brad, he wins. Every time I bet on Neil Magny, he loses. Every time I bet against Neil Magny, he wins. I.e. Mike Mallow. Yeah. That's why I can't even remember which one I put on the fucking no bet list. Was it Neil Magny or was it Mike Mallow? Who's to check?
Blame Canada! Blame Canada!
Either way, blame Canada.
I love that you have that as a soundbite.
I added that after the Mike Malone fight. When I lost money. Because of fucking Neil Magny. I'm sorry. Neil Magny. Oh man. I thought this was gonna be easy money. But I mean apparently it was just as hard as pronouncing Jasmine. You know, it was tough. It was a tough night at the office, folks. Pip, what were your thoughts on this? And I'll let you take the lead here.
Yeah, I mean, overall, it did turn out to be a pretty fun fight. Me and Grimy were kind of talking shit about this last week, as we kind of thought it would be a GFL fight, but GFL wishes they could have a fight this good. But I mean, overall,
GFL wishes they could have a fight, Pip.
To begin with, yeah, that's true. That's true. No, but I mean, Brad looked to, strike from the outside, landed some really good body kicks, a few clean counters, nice twos down the middle as well. Eric would take a back step. But then he started coming out with heavier pressure. He started lunging in, pushing Brad against the fence. He was able to land some bombs, grind against him on the cage. Both guys dropped each other, and kind of more some odd exchanges. And Brad really started, finding success when Eric would rush in to clip him. He would either catch him with a knee or uppercut. But the grappling was just a little better from Eric, your boy Anders, and it got him the win. I thought it was 1-1 going into the third round. Your boy. I thought it was 1-1 going to the third, but Eric was able to get Brad to the ground. I think he did enough there to get the dub. Overall, it was a really fun fight, and it was also a good way for Eric to go out.
Yeah, great way for Eric to go out. He did retire after this fight, confirmed, yeah? Yeah, I made this joke before the fight started. I'll make it again here while less intoxicated. This is one of those fights where the loser has to retire. And also the winner has to retire. And I'm glad at least one party got the memo. Because I don't know that Brad retired after this. And it was not a great showing for him. But, again, he did get a knockdown. Like, he did look good out here. If we're going on pride rules, he won the fight. 48-35. 48-35, bro. Like, you know what? You've been really harping this fucking episode, Pip, on the stats.
Yeah, my bad. My bad.
No, in the best way. In the best way. I had to clarify. In the best way. So you want to know the stats, all right? Keep in mind, pride, damage, UFC, bullshit. Those are how the rule systems work, just in case you forgot.
In case you didn't know. Let me tell you something about pride rules, brother. Let me tell you about pride rules. In pride, it only damage, brother. Everything else, number one bullshit, brother. This grappling, this control time, this number one bullshit. Pip, you know this. I know you don't like this, but I'm gonna smash your boy, inshallah. No, so real talk. Let's just go through the control, okay? I'm gonna keep this up because this is great, Chris Cush, man. I appreciate you. Perfect timing here. I appreciate the assist. We call this an alley-oop in NBA. I've watched 3 NBA games in my life, but I know that much from playing 2K. Going through the tutorial. So let's go through the control time here, Pip. Round 1, Eric Anders, 3 minutes, 10 seconds. That's your boy. Brad Tavares, this many minutes, this many seconds. Tough. It's tough. But it's also fake news, probably. I don't know. Maybe it's fake news.
You are fake news.
Maybe. I don't know. Round 2, we had 2 minutes, 25 seconds of control time compared to 29 seconds. Also your boy. And then round 3, we had 3 minutes and 45 seconds. I'm going to possibly risk just overdoing the joke here compared to this many minutes, this many seconds. Felt like that last one was a little bit of air jerking, but we'll roll with it.
He's air dicking it.
He's air Dude, Ricky Stenicki is one of the best movies nobody has seen. It's so fucking good. It's so fucking good, bro.
Look,
so
he's even cupping the balls.
He's even cupping the balls. What is he doing? You can't let him air dig like that. He's double dicking it. Oh man, that movie is so good. So let's go into the total strikes here, Pip. 33-18. Round 1, your boy. Round 2, 22-21. Pretty close round. Still your boy. As Chris Weidman's dad would say, he's still my boy. All right. Round 3, 13-16. Not your boy. Not your fucking boy, pal. Now let's go to significant strikes, shall we? 18-20. A lot closer. But still your boy. Round 2, 18-11. Who do you think?
I got Brad on that one.
Yeah, it wasn't your boy.
Fuck.
It was Brad. Not your boy. Not your boy.
Not your boy. I thought you were talking about my boy.
Not your boy.
Not your boy.
Not your boy. Not your boy. All right. Round 3, 12-4. Definitely not your boy. 12-4 is tough. Like that's almost 10-8 material there. But then you add in the 3 minutes and 45 seconds of control time to, again, 0 minutes, 0 seconds. For the third time. Oh, man. It never gets old. And I got to tell you, it's still a 10-9. Not your boy. And then the round before, like 2 minutes, 25 seconds. Cool. I love that for you. I love that you did that. But when you have 9 minutes and 20 seconds of control time, Pip, and I have 29 seconds of control time, and you did 2% of your damage on the ground while you were on top of me, and I did 6% of mine in the 29 seconds I had, ebbs and flows, as they say. Ebbs and flows, but I feel like I beat you, and you're no longer my boy. So I had Brad Tavares winning this fight. I thought, like, if I'm picking a fight with the judges in the parking lot, based on any 2 fights on the card, it's this and the Fili fight. But again, I digress. I don't know, man. I don't know. The Fili one may have been a little bit of bias, but this one I feel like not so much. Not your boy. You know what I'm saying? Not your boy. This card has a ton of really low-level guys on it. This card that we're talking about right now or the one upcoming? The one upcoming I feel like is pretty fire. This one had a lot of low-level guys on it, but a lot of up-and-comers that we should really be paying attention to moving forward, in my humble opinion. I thought this was the definition of a feeder card. It's a card in which you let people who are diehards, not casuals, pay attention to, and they will pay attention. And if they're running like a fantasy UFC season or like an underdog competition or something like that, these are the names that are really going to stick with them. So that way they pay attention next year or next season or whatever the case may be. Or even if they're doing like DraftKings or prop bets or things like that. Like there's a lot of good things to learn in this. Like, for example, as we jump into the next fight, a women's bantamweight bout between Beatrice Mosqueda and Montserrat Rendon. We're not going to jump into it completely before we do our fight picks on who we think should be next. But I mean, like, if we learned anything from this card, Pip, it's that Beatrice Mosqueda by submission is probably a safe bet as long as it's anything lower than minus 200. Just hammer it and make money. Like, I ended up not doing it, and then while I was doing my live betting, which doesn't count towards the show shit, I put fucking 10 units on Bia. It was money line, and it was as the fight was starting, and I got break even odds. So I won like fucking another fucking 8 units back on it. So again, it almost made me not cry about how much Drew made me lose on Oumar Sy. before we get into that Bia Mosquito fight, the lady goat, my guy Pip, who do you have on the tip of your tongue for your boy, Eric Condors? Or
Eric
no,
Condors.
he retired.
Yeah, I was gonna say he retired. He retired.
So you know what? Let's replace it. Who do you have on the tip of your tongue for your boy? Not your boy, your boy, Brad Tavares.
Yeah, the guy who I picked, I think Mark Andre, the power bar. I think that could be a really fun fight. Both of those guys kind of up in the age. They're at the kind of the lower spot on the rankings. I think that could be a fun fight.
I'm not opposed to that in any way, shape, or form. I think that's a fantastic fight for him. Oh, man. Marc-Andre Barriault.
And they haven't fought each other yet. I can't really believe that they haven't fought each other at this point, but...
Same, honestly. That's pretty wild. And everyone, pretty much everyone above him or below him, other than Marc-Andre Barriault, is stacked up against somebody. Since he did lose, you would think I'd prepare mentally to say it out loud, but I didn't. Damian Baba Yaga Peñas, I think would be a fun match.
Baba Yaga's gonna smoke Brad. I already see it happening. Penis is going to be way too explosive. He's going to finish early. I think it's going to happen.
Finish fast. He's gonna come strong. He's going to come hard.
One pump, and that's all she wrote.
He's going to come early. The pressure is on. With Damian the Baba Yaga Peñas. Oh man. What did you think about the Gypsy Crusader versus Super Hot Fire decision? I didn't watch the whole fight. I only saw the highlights. The highlights I showed, I thought Gypsy Crusader won. Super Hot Fire should probably stick to rapping. But correct me. Rock, Tricoli, and Franco shouldn't even be in the UFC. Hey! Klaus, respectfully, are you saying you think Shamrock is going to lose this week? Because I think he might be one of the better dogs we have on the card. All right. I'm saying get in while the get in is hot. You know what I'm saying? Shamrock, bro. Let me see. Is he still dog odds?
Where's Dixon when you need him?
Where's Dixon? My fucking guy. It's been a tough few weeks. Where the fuck is this guy? Supposed to be here when your bets don't hit. He's like, it's tough night at the office. I'm not going to be there.
I'm not going to show up. Yep, not going to do it.
Yeah, Shamrock is plus 100 right now. I'm putting a unit on that guy to win a unit back.
Already betting. I like it. Let's do it.
I mean, blame fucking Klaus, bro. He said Rock doesn't belong. Brother, Rock is going to win his fight that's coming up. I mean, should he be in the co-main event? Nah, that's weird. That's definitely weird. But, fuck it. He's probably the last time we're going to get him as a dog. Speaking of last time we'll get someone as a dog, that ship has sailed a long time ago for Beatriz Mosquito. One of my homies had never watched her fight. And I tried to convince him that she was exactly as her last name suggests. Her last name is only one letter off from what she really is, right? Mosquito. Like, she's pesky. She's on your neck. And she's just fucking out for blood. Like, mosquito. Did I not just describe a mosquito? She's pesky. She's on your neck. She's out for blood. That's Bia Mosquito. I thought she was fantastic. 31-0 on total strikes. 18-0 on significant strikes. Have we ever seen a 31-0 strike differential in the UFC? No. To my knowledge, this is the first time. And if it's not the first time, I would bet my left testicle that it's the first time in women's MMA history.
Yeah, we've got some, one punch knockouts, but I don't know if we've ever had.
I've seen 5 or 6-0, and
Right.
mind you, I bet on the over on that night on the guy that landed 5 or 6, and it was not a good night for me. Because I think the over was like 22. But we're here. It's the No Filter Show. We're here to call a spade a spade. She's a potential top 3 in women's MMA. Based Aqua. Nothing based
100%.
about that comment, my guy. I mean, I actually don't know what based means. Am I using it wrong? Either way, that's the truth. That's the fucking facts. She's that chick, bro. I genuinely think that she is just a step ahead when it comes to most women's MMA. Pip, what were your thoughts on this one, honestly? Did anything surprise you about this, or again, was it checking a box?
Checking more boxes, but I mean, Mosquito and that's what I call her, Mosquito. I mean, she showed that there's levels to this, and I mean, she looks like she's already on, a cusp of a title shot after that. I mean, the women's bantamweight rankings is not that stacked to begin with, but I mean, I would say that I'm all on the hype now of Mosquito. I mean, she's still undefeated. She made quick work of Rodon in dominating fashion as well, like you said, and we just saw right off the bat. I mean, she was stronger, she was faster, and she was sharper. I mean, as soon as she got the squeeze on that choke, Rodon was tapping. From the start, Mosquito was making reads, checking kicks, caught Rodon with a clean right hand. Even her striking looked good. Effortless transition on the ground, landed some nasty elbows and heavy shots. Great control from what we saw. And Rodon would just kind of, try to buck to get Mosquito off of her. But the way Mosquito was kind of just pushing the hands on the face to kind of just keep her there, she couldn't really, get too much movement off of it. She was just using that face as leverage, and it was just extremely uncomfortable. She definitely showed that she's, an elite level grappler, and that definitely showed. But what'd you get on this one?
I mean, we can't talk about Bia Mosquito without talking about her accolades, right? She's a 10-time gold medalist at black belt level, primarily lightweight, in IBJJF World Championships. She is the only UFC fighter ever to hold the Guinness Book of World Records world record, because she won 2012 to 2016, 28 to 2019, and 2021, her 10th title. And she was inducted into the IBJJF Hall of Fame after this milestone as well. ADCC World Championship, gold. IBJJF Pan American Championship, multiple time, 7-time gold. IBJJF European Championship, 2018. IBJJF World No-Gi Championship, 2018. Brazilian National CBJJF multiple time championship, last winning in 2019. UAE JJF Abu Dhabi World Pro and Grand Slam, multiple wins from 2019 to 2021. And EBI 16 Bantamweight champion 2018, current former WNO 135 pound title holder in strong no-gi. Like, she is a record holder across multiple facets. And that tells me if and when and like when I first started my sales career almost 8 years ago, it'll be 8 years next month, actually. I was told, thank you. I was told it's not a matter of if you understand this or you get this mastered. It's a matter of when. And when you do, you will start making money. For her, it's not a matter of if she gets this bout to the ground, right? With that kind of accolades, with that kind of pedigree beneath her, it's a matter of when, Pip. It's a matter of when she gets this fight to the ground, and when she does, you're playing in her world. Make no mistake about it. Like, it's 100% her sandbox. You're playing in it, kid. And like, she can take out sand, she can add sand. Like, she can stack the sandbox against you in many ways once you're in that world. I think she's a massive problem for the bantamweight division. I think she probably does bad things to most people in the entire division. I think if you match her against, and again, I say this like not even with a grain of salt, but with a grain of pride, with a grain of confidence, I would say if you put her against Amanda Nunes, if you put her against fucking Kayla Harrison, she probably holds her own, bro. And realistically, what I think should be next for her, Pip, is probably Raquel Pennington or Juliana Pena. And I think she does bad things to either. What are you thinking?
Yeah, I'm not mad at any of those calls. I mean, I think she could, like you said, I mean, I think she could hang with anybody there in the, from the champion all the way down to the top 15. I think she's able to beat any of those guys or any of those girls. She's got good accolades. She's got good opportunity to do, though. I was thinking more along the lines of kind of, building her up, not, throwing her in.
Were you thinking Irene Aldana?
See, I was, but I almost thought...
You dirty bitch.
I kind of wanted it a little lower. I wanted a step at the top 15. So I was thinking a Miesha Tate. I think it'd be a good fight.
I'm not mad at that.
I think she destroys Miesha Tate, but I would like to see it.
If you want to step lower, the other two names that I had were Nora Cornelier or Macy Chasson. Especially with Macy coming off of her third back-to-back loss. I think that one makes a lot of sense. And if she can penetrate the range difference that she would face in that one, Kayla and Amanda, like, respectfully, are probably not going to present a whole lot of problems. You know what I mean? Like, Amanda has the power. Kayla has the grappling. She's better in grappling. And with being better in grappling, you can sap a lot of the power in that first and second round.
For sure.
Especially if it's a 25-minute fight.
Yeah. I mean, that's really where Mosquito needs to do some of her work is on the striking. If she has a camp for Macy, which I like that shout too. That was probably one of my second names here. And like you said, I mean too, it's not a matter of if, it's when she gets her to the ground. So if she can kind of work on some of that striking to just get a little bit better in range and able to get the legs or however she wants to get her down, I mean it's only going to improve her game plan.
Yeah, I'd like to see her do either a full camp or a partial camp. I wouldn't be mad at a partial camp with a Trevor Whitman or a Jason Perillo, just to work on her hands.
Yeah.
I think they'd be a lot of fun.
Right there
both
with
are
you.
really, really prolific boxing coaches, in my opinion, especially in the realm of MMA. I always like to make the joke that Jason Perillo is like the stoned and drunk version of Trevor Whitman, which great training, in my opinion. So let's fucking go. Base Aqua says the real question is how many pips can she take in a fight? Maybe
a lot of pips.
Maybe I'd set the over at like 2.5.
But now I think I got better range than her.
That's why I'd set the over under at 2.5. I think she could maybe take 2 of you, but 3 would be tough.
And I'm a man. Sorry, go ahead.
Whoa!
All right, good job, champ.
Love that. Love that. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding for the feminists in the chat.
Federal fucking prison.
Okay, brother. That's where you go. You can't say things like that. You know why?
That's fucking illegal.
Can't do that. I'm a fucking man, he said. Oh my god. Oh man. I'm gonna keep this next one very short and sweet. Hecher Sosa in the bantamweight division against Luan Lacerda. I don't have a breakdown on this one. We pre-gamed. We did like 3 or 4 shots. I was far too drunk to watch this fight. As the late great Colonel Sanders once said, I'm too drunk to taste this chicken. All right. But hey, Hecher Sosa, he got it done. We had money on him. He won. My homie told me who should I bet on, and I was like, this is one of the 3 guys that I would confidently say. He won money. Good for him. I did not, but I digress. 137 to 72 on total strikes, 104 to 62 on significant strikes, and 0 to 4 on takedowns. This one was scored correctly. One guy got takedowns, one guy got damage. Judges understood the assignment on this one. I thought they did a great job, and I thought Hecher Sosa did a good job as well. Do I think that he is top 10, top 15 worthy? Not a chance. I have a couple names way outside of that for you to digest after your breakdown, but yeah, not top 15, not quite yet, and not after that performance against Luan Lacerda. Pip, what are your thoughts on this fight?
Yeah, so I mean, one thing I will have to address before I even talk about the fight, I got to bitch out Paramount a little bit, but I mean, there was a lot going on this fight, from just empty tweets to even no sound. I don't know about anybody else, but I think I watched the second and third round absolutely quiet.
Yeah, no sound was happening to us for sure.
Okay, fantastic.
I tweeted and tagged Paramount Plus in that.
Yeah, so they got to get their shit together at some point. I was kind of giving them a little bit of the leeway, but I mean, it seems like there's an issue every stream. It feels like I feel like I'm watching it on crack streams. But I mean, for the most part, I mean, these guys were trading shots from the start to end. Sosa was able to edge it out. More of a hard-fought decision from what I saw. I mean, Sosa's a solid boxer. Had decent head movement, good cardio, fast slip and rip combos, decent footwork as well to help stuff the takedowns. Stabbing teep kicks to the stomach to help keep the range. Lacerda had some good kicks, good knees. Did a great job setting up the takedown. She was either shooting and then throwing shots to get Sosa's hands up, and then he would strike and then shoot again, or just setting up the takedowns with just some striking, just rushing in. But it was definitely that was definitely the game plan, was to clinch and engage, to take Sosa down. But Sosa had most of the answers. I mean, good takedown defense for the most part. He was able to get up fairly quickly when he did get taken down, but for the most part, he was able to just kind of stay at range, just landing the harder shots and more frequently. And like you said, I mean, I don't think Sosa is top 10, an elite fighter, but by any means. But he's a decent boxer. I wouldn't be mad, seeing him against a Felipe Lima. I think that could be a fun fight. What names you got in the tip of your tongue?
Felipe Lima is a great name. That's actually a really great name. I'd like to see somebody like a Brady Bam Bam Hiestand get back in there. Yeah. He won the tough season. He's on a 3-fight win streak. Hasn't really fought in quite some time. I think that would make a lot of sense. And then worst nickname I think I've ever heard, Border Boy Santiago Luna. I think it makes a lot of sense.
What's Luna's nickname?
Border Boy.
Border?
Yeah.
I thought you said Boner Boy for a second.
That would actually make it worse. Border Boy is pretty bad though, being from Tijuana. Like what are we doing here? What are we doing here, bro? Water boy?
You gotta take some marketing classes, my boy.
I don't know that's the right thing to do. All right. That's tough. Speaking of tough, I'm gonna do my breakdown first on this. I'm gonna keep it very short and sweet. Again, Piera Rodriguez. Piera La Fiera. I had to say the nickname. It's fun to say. Piera La Fiera Rodriguez coming in against Sam Hughes. I hated this fight. I love how I waited till you unmuted to say that. That was the best. I hated this fight. Sam did not.
I wasn't ready for that at all, too.
Sam did not fight to her expertise. She did not plan accordingly, and that's my breakdown. I hated this fight. From a betting standpoint, this was one of my dogs, and she didn't do well. 91 to 111. I would have rather her land 50 to 111 because. Like to get that close and not win it's just painful, bro. 71 to 107 on significant strikes. 0 for 7 on takedowns, which I think was the detriment, right? If she would have landed even just one pip. What if she shot the 8th one? It just landed it. That'd have been cool, right? That'd have been real nice. But it didn't happen. And La Fiera Rodriguez was fantastic to watch. To my detriment. She looked really good out there. She landed more strikes than she didn't. I shouldn't say that because she actually threw way more than she landed. It was 237 thrown and 111 landed. So 46.8% clip here for just under 47%. Same thing for significant strikes, 107 to 231. The more accurate striker, Sam Page. I just wish she would have tried more. If that makes sense. Like if she would have tried more, she would have won the fight. But it seemed like she was tired after that second round. She just got so tired halfway through there. And I don't know if it was the offensive grappling coming towards her or what, because I've never seen Sam look like that. And I've been there. Like when you get put in a hold or a submission or a grappling exchange, that you find it hard to get out of, it is fucking exhausting, bro. It is fucking exhausting. And it'll sap the power that you present, which is probably why she went 0 for 7 on takedowns while her opponent went 1 for 6. 16.7%. Not a great accuracy clip on takedowns, but it's a lot better than 0, my boy Pip. This was one of my dogs, so I got to take a shot here. I'm pouring it up. And Pip, as I do the shot, cheers to the folks. Tell them how you feel.
Yeah, I picked wrong on this one too, so I'll hydrate with the whistle. But I mean, overall, from what I saw, I mean, it was more of a dominating fight from Rodriguez. I mean, she just had Sam's number, and it showed. I mean, she kind of similar to the first fight. You could see a clear difference in the striking early from Rodriguez. Sam Hughes was targeting the lead leg of Rodriguez, but they were empty kicks. They weren't set up. Rodriguez was just able to land straight shots down the middle and had heavy pressure, preventing Sam from utilizing her own grappling. Good exchanges in the pocket, mixing it up, shots to the body and the head. Cracked Sam multiple times, landed a lot of good knees as well in the body to the clinch, or when she was in the clinch to the body. That really started affecting Sam Hughes, like you said, going into that second round. I thought she started looking tired, and then we went to the third round, and I thought she was the body shots were just zapping more energy from the tank every time. Sam Hughes she really just didn't have an answer. So overall, I thought it was more of a dominating fight for Rodriguez. If I'm matchmaking for the winner here, I mean that's 3 straight wins for Rodriguez. I wouldn't mind seeing her in there with Angela Hill. I think that could be a really fun fight. But I don't know if you got any other names on the tip of your tongue.
Angela Hill versus Piera La Fiera. I hate that for Angela Hill.
Yeah, I don't think it's a good matchup for Angela Hill, but I think she's right outside that top 15 there with a win like that, especially three wins in a row.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong. I hate that for Angela Hill. And that's also a pretty big jump up for her, right? Like, I wouldn't mind seeing her fight like a. Ketlin Sosa, I think, makes a lot of sense. Or Amanda Hebus, coming off 3 back-to-back losses.
Yeah.
But I can't disagree with you.
I was going to say, women's straw rate, how many fighters are in that weight class?
Not a lot. Not a lot. Like 55.
Okay, yeah.
Not a lot. It's a pretty fucking non-stacked. What's the opposite word stacked? Whatever that is, that's what it is. Bad. It's bad. It's a shallow division.
There you go. Shallow is a good way to put it.
Shallow. It's pretty shallow. Pretty shallow. I mean, I'll throw you 4 names.
Okay.
And none of these have dance partners currently. Ketlin Sosa, Amanda Hebus. I've already said both those. The other 2 that maybe make sense are, and again, both are coming off of losses. So, Jacqueline Emerim, prolific BJJ championship, and Luma Lukbomi, prolific Muay Thai practitioner. I think both those make sense. I mean, yeah. you look at kind of what happened in this fight. 111 strikes thrown, 6 takedowns attempted, 1 landed. If she's not able to take Luma Lukbomi down, she's going to get outstruck. And if she is able to take somebody like a Jacqueline Emerim down, the threat for an arm triangle or a regular triangle or a armbar is always going to be there.
Yeah.
So I think those 2 fights for me make the most sense. But if we want to see her get a match against somebody that's kind of stacked up, where's Angela at actually? Hold on.
Angela. I want to say in the top 15. Or she may be right outside of the top 15.
So, excuse me. According to Tapology, she's number 12.
Okay.
So, Rodriguez is number 15. That's actually a better matchup than mine. 15 versus 12 is not bad. The names that I picked are all below her, so literally right below her. She's 15, and I picked 17, 18, 19, and 20.
They have Rodriguez as 15?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
They moved her at 15. Right above her is Jessica Andrade, who doesn't have a dance partner. And then after that is Alexia Tainara, who, I don't know if you've watched her, but she's fucking great to watch, bro.
I think we
She comes out like,
garage.
she comes out dancing and shit. And like, literally, I kid you not, it's funny. We just drove to see my boy Jake for his birthday this past weekend. The last time we saw Jake, he invited us out for, I think, UFC Noche, and Tainara was one of the openers for that card. Let me actually double check that. 98% sure. Yep, against Molly McCann. Fight night.
I miss Meatball Molly.
Oh no, was it Edwards versus Brady? He invited us out for a fight card anyway. And we literally thought it was his birthday, and it was not his birthday. So we bought him a birthday gift. And I remember me, Drew, and Mary were doing shots in the hotel room before we headed out to his birthday. And Mary comes out of the bathroom doing her makeup, and she's like, oh, this bitch is dancing way too much. She's about to get knocked the fuck out. And then she killed Molly McCann. Just absolutely pelted her shit, bro. And I was like, oh, I should pay attention to this bitch. She's fantastic. So, I mean, she's a fun chick. She's fighting Brunno Brazil already, though. So I think Angela Overkill Hill, probably the move. If not her, and we want to go higher, Fatima Klein makes a lot of sense too.
Ooh, I think Fatima Klein would do some bad things, but that would be a fun match.
She's on a 3-fight win streak, and she's ranked number 11 currently.
I like
Chris says Sosa looked good. He doesn't have much power, which is concerning in the future. I agree. He's kind of the death by 1,000 bee stings kind of guy.
Yeah.
But again, not mad at it. And definitely not mad at any of the matches made tonight. Folks, if you haven't done so already, Pips Piano Tips. It's right there. It's right there, folks. Make sure you go check them out if you haven't already. And if you haven't already done so, like the stream, comment, subscribe, smash that bell for notifications. And if you could do us one huge favor, please, right after the stream wraps up, hit the refresh button. If you're on a cell phone, slide like this with your thumb against the screen. It'll refresh it for you. And then you can leave a comment that'll actually stick on the video. Those go a very long way for growth and just help for getting that goal towards monetization. So if you can do that, that'd be greatly appreciated. And if you none of the things we asked you to do, if you do nothing else, all that we ask you to do is that you keep on going and you keep on growing. And we really, truly hope we see you next episode. Let's go.
You've been listening to the MMAnomaly Show. No filter. As you may have been able to tell, we dig the MMA, and our passion is to dive deep into the upcoming fights, give you our expert breakdowns, and help you make sense of all the chaos that is the fight game. We hope you've enjoyed the show. If you did, make sure to like, rate, and review. We'll be back soon, but in the meantime, make sure to find us on YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, and Twitch at MMAnomaly. Be cool, and we'll see you next time.